Hi, Jody McNally here for Teachers Learn Too, and we are here at the Illinois ASCD Pre-K and Kindergarten Conference. I hope I got that right. We are interviewing Dana. We want to hear about her project Sensory Fix.
Yeah.
So as a 4th and 5th grade special ed teacher, I obviously was interested when I saw her pile of goodies here. So can you just tell us how you got started or how this came about?
Okay, it kind of surprised us how it came about. I was in the classroom for 12 years, and despite being a national board certified teacher and getting, continuing education classes, I never had learned that there were more than 5 senses. I only learned about the basic 5 and not all the others that we use on a daily basis.
Right, and as an this is my 11th year as a special ed teacher, and when you told me that earlier, I was like, what?
Yeah.
So I thought it was weird that I hadn't heard that.
Right.
So the other two, I don't remember the names, so I'm going to let you do it.
Okay.
I'll mess it up.
Oh, don't worry. I messed it up for the longest time. So it's proprioceptive and vestibular. And proprioceptive is all about your space and where you are. And it's why you jump and why you push and your gravity. And then it's the easiest way to describe it. And then vestibular is your movement and your balance. And a lot of times we're not using those in the classroom anymore. And I know you said that you use music in the classroom.
It's like I did know about it, but I didn't know it had a name, and that's another thing that I thought was interesting, because it's like, oh, well, yeah, I do that, but not a lot of people do.
Right.
Or they don't, or they're afraid to try it, or they don't have the resources. And so,
what happened is I was in a blended preschool classroom, so we had some students who had special needs, and they were coming in with a disorder that I had never heard of before. And so I started to do some research on it, and they were coming in with like weighted vests and backpacks that I didn't understand anything about. And so I started to learn about sensory processing disorder and about just the 7 senses, and there's actually up to 21, and it's crazy, right? And so, but there's 7 main ones that we need input, and we need to be regulated on a daily basis, whether you have a disorder or not a disorder. And when it really got prevalent is when we started seeing it in my son, and when his behaviors became no longer age appropriate. So the pushing and the biting, and the fidgeting and the out of his seat and the covering ears of loud noises.
Many kids do.
Yeah.
Even that aren't my kids at school. Right. You see that. And it's
like the inability to focus, or homework taking like 10 hours instead of 30 minutes. And he was a really bright student, but yet homework was taking really long time. Or he would just forget things, where he was, he would have the months of the year, and in 3rd grade he just forgot them. Right. And just because he didn't have that executive functioning.
For a mom, too. And then if the teachers don't know what to do.
Or they have 35 students.
And so you started to develop these little, like you started finding things.
We did.
And so now,
so we kind of over
Project
time.
Sensory is a backpack that you can purchase that is a one-stop shop.
It is,
of all of these things that will help with those 7 senses.
Yes.
Or the extra 2 at least, right?
It will help all of them. So we cover the visual and the tactile, auditory.
So maybe we can just go through each thing. These are
fidgets.
Yeah, these are a lot nicer than the cheapo ones I find, but these are actually really awesome. $5, right?
Yeah, those are $5 if you buy them individually. And then what's great is you can put these in a kid's lap, or you can do it when they're standing in line. Or you can do it when they're doing a test. It can be in one hand. These are for older kids. For younger kids, it could be at the carpet during reading time.
Or for the teacher. Benefit from this.
Anytime I have a conversation, I'm always fidgeting with something, like on my lap or something.
Right.
And so each of our backpack comes with a fidget in it. One of these. We have a bunch of different ones, and each backpack has at least one fidget in it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so they have the fidgets, and then this is the thing we kind of joked about. The chew thing is I know kids that would benefit from it. So it's a necklace that they wear.
And so each backpack comes with a chewable jewelry, and what's great about it is that it looks nice, and so it looks pretty.
Yeah, it really
and
are. They are
it's really
awesome.
cool. They come in all different shapes. We have skulls, and we have
And it's kind of
all different
squishy?
It is a little. This is we put the hardest one that we sell inside the kit, so that it'll be more durable. And of course, you're not going to pass this out to like everyone else in the classroom. You're just going to give it to one student.
And you did tell. I asked because the germs. I said
dishwasher
it's
safe.
dishwasher safe. So.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
You can wash it, and you can change out the cord if it gets a little icky.
Okay.
Or we sell these individually, and you can replace them on the site.
And then another thing I thought was really interesting: the water bottle with the chew.
Yes.
On it.
Yes.
Okay.
So one thing we noticed, we had 3 go-tos with my son when he was in the classroom.
I like
and the
it
go-tos,
bends.
it's squishy. His go-to was a water bottle, gum, and then the backpack itself.
Okay.
And so the water bottle is awesome because it can just sit right on the desk, and then you can chew on this. So it's giving them that proprioceptive input in their jaw.
That's awesome. What a good idea.
And then some kids like to just like squeeze on it, or they like to just fidget with it, just like this. And I know that makes noise, so you could teach them the best way to do it.
Yeah.
And so this is one of our favorites.
Okay.
And then another oral one that we have is we've kind of searched high and low for gum and hard candy that have no additives and no sugar.
And that's hard to find.
It was
And to
really
have
hard.
them still taste good.
And they still taste good. We tested like 4 or 5 different ones. They all came to our house, and we had the kids test them, and so we ended up with Glee gum and then these Yum Earth like hard candies.
Okay.
Like think about as an adult and any conference you go to, you like putting those hard
I know, like
candies.
just looking at those, I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
really use that with my fidget.
Yeah, but there's a reason, like when we go to meetings, that they're putting out hard candies for us, and they're putting
case we need
because
it.
we need something that helps organize our brain. Tactile things. So
Oh,
this
those
is
are neat.
one of my favorites, and it works
a
for
ruler, too.
It's a ruler. It is a ruler, and it works great to set it right inside the desk. So for the older kids, it's good for inside the desk. For the younger kids, it's good right on their lap.
Okay.
And of course, you can bend it and you can twist it. And I know you wouldn't like this, but it's chewable.
This time of the year.
So
As long
it
as
is.
I don't have to touch
Yeah,
it.
you don't
and
have to
they're
touch
doing
it.
That's
yeah.
fine with me.
And so that's
Is this
another
also
great
dishwasher?
tactile. It is.
I'm gonna need to get a dishwasher in my room if
Yeah.
we're gonna have these. No. Okay.
And so
the
that's the
headphones.
tactile.
I was. I think a lot of us. I know I use headphones in my room a lot. My kids take them to the classroom with them.
Oh, God. Wonderful.
Or if we have an assembly,
Yeah, these are perfect
they
for
don't
an
have
assembly.
to miss the assembly anymore
Right.
because I just send them with headphones.
Yeah,
So-
they're great for
in the
field
sessions
trips.
all
They're
day,
great
so
for
I was
if you're doing a one-on-one center or you're doing a one-on-one
And
activity.
it's so simple and so easy. I mean, it's so easy for them to do that
Right.
on their own. They know when they need them.
Yeah, and I've heard of a lot of people who feel like kids would be embarrassed to wear these.
My kids have
and
never cared.
My kids,
they ask for them.
My son, he said, "Well, Mom, I wear glasses because I can't see, and when things are too loud, I should just put the headphones on."
And I have regular ed kids that come and say, "We're going to an assembly." Or we're going here, or my class is really loud.
Yeah.
Can I borrow one of those?
Yeah.
And no one. I think the days of kids being pointed out for things
Yeah.
like that, those are gone. Those days
Right.
have gone. I mean, there's
Right.
obviously always going to be bullies,
Right.
but I think for the most part, compared to like when I was in school,
Right.
you knew where who went out for things. Now everybody's going somewhere for
Yeah.
something, for
And the point
some
of
sort
this
of
kit
enrichment
is-
or pull out, and everybody has their own
Yeah.
things going on, and I don't think kids care as much anymore.
No. Yeah.
And so that's
And I think it's how it's presented too.
Yeah,
like
it's
this
just
kit is
part
meant
of your
for
day.
all kids to use as the classroom kit.